Greetings. Having a cookie in the garage. Civic's up on jack stands. So, it's winter break. She's getting gone through. We're gonna totally rebuild the motor. Everything taken care of. Probably work on the transmission again. Since I've already kind of done that before. Gotten to the point to where now we're getting to the nitty gritty stuff. So, I'm going to work on getting the front bumper off. I'm going to actually totally try to tear down the whole front end this time instead of work around stuff and really allow myself a lot more access to where I can easily drop the motor, transmission, everything. Get it out of there. So without further ado, I'll get to a time lapse, which this will be in it, and then see how much we can get done. Alrighty, so as you guys saw in the time lapse, got the bumper off, got the bumper support off. Still eat my cookie. We have some problems. First, I'm going to take the air conditioner out of the car. Don't really need it. Where we're going with this, just adds weight and it wasn't working anyway, so take that out. I found out there's a belt I can run to bypass it. So I'm gonna buy that. It's a 52-inch belt, I think. So that's out. Now, the one problem that I see with that, I'm gonna put my cookie down, is we're going to have to do something with the front grille because, the condenser, she got smoked. She's done. Which I mean, like I said, 280,000 miles on the car. So, the next thing, this thing's been started its life in Ohio. I had it in North Carolina, ran through plenty of snows. Then I had to go up to Boston for a little bit, drove it through a whole bunch of snow and salt and everything, washed off as much as I could, but as you guys can see, there's not a lot of places there ain't rust or corrosion. And unfortunately, one of my motor mounts is tough. This wonderful motor mount that's on this side, anybody that has an FA5 understands the complexity of this mount. Well, this bolt just let loose. The nut behind the sheet metal, that's gone. And we already knew about this one. This bolt down here sheared off a little while ago. So I've kind of been running it without that, but I devised a system to hold it down, but I need to do something better. So along with taking all this out, I got to fix those two big issues as well, along with any other issues that I have as I take it apart more. So not sure how much I'm going to put in these videos. Probably going to get a little bit more done before I probably call this a video, and maybe I'll go ahead and get the transmission and everything out, and then we can start kind of looking at removing the motor and, you know, what our next steps are once we really start to assess everything. So, follow along. All right, another successful evening, I would say. You guys just saw me take off the intake manifold. I want to take off the water distribution block that has a water pump and alternator on it right here, but when it slides off the studs, it hits right there. So that's gonna have to wait. So the reason why I was taking it off that way, I know if I can just take the alternator off, I can just slide the whole thing off. It's no big deal. Problem is that bolt right there is spinning here, not spinning here. So I don't want to break it. But you guys saw I got the whole wiring harness off, got most of the coolant lines, fuel lines out of the way. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. I don't know if this is going to be the end of an episode. Just kind of put that little bit together, do a 5 or 6 minute update on this, and then have another episode of it coming apart. But actually, looking there, it actually looks better than I thought it would. So, you can tell we had a little bit of an oil leak. But, yeah, this is going pretty good. And it's only about 2.5 hours in total time. So, the pile of parts. I don't think I'm going to put AC back on it. I found a thread that actually tells you what size belt to put on here. So I'm going to try that theory, hopefully get rid of AC, and I don't even have it, and it's not a power robber. And that's a brand new compressor that I put on. And where'd it go? There it is. But never really been used other than just as a pulley, because I didn't know I could put a smaller belt on. But yeah, this is where we're at. And get up. Okay, so got a little ahead of myself the other night. I was out here cleaning up, as you can see in the background. Clean up the garage a little bit because it's gotten out of hand, and I had to do the wifey's car. So fix that. That's all good. That's another video that I showed you guys. But yeah, I don't think I time-lapsed any of this, but we got starter off, intake off. I took the valve cover off. Shift linkage is off. We're getting this baby ready. My thought and hope is I'm going to work on trying to get the exhaust manifold off. And then when I get done with that, get the timing chain and everything else off. And then we're going to see if we can drop her down, still connected to the, substructure. Drop it down, roll it out on a dolly, and then I can separate it out of the car, and I don't have to worry about taking down each individual thing. So I'll be able to use a jack. I don't have a hoist. I'm trying not to use a hoist if I can, but yeah, we'll see if that works. And if it don't, well, then we'll go old-fashioned. We'll take the transmission out first, drop the motor after that, and we'll go from there. But hoping, fingers crossed, that tomorrow or Friday I can get an engine stand. They're pretty cheap, and I'm really hoping to maybe have this dropped out of here by this weekend, and trying to get an episode of pulling this all the way out, and then we'll start working on taking it apart, showing you everything, start ordering some parts, because February is coming around pretty quick. That's when test and tune happens, so I need to get this done. But on the time lapse of me working on this. time lapse. It's technically out of the engine bay. Didn't think my plan all the way through. So right now we're in a little bit of a holding pattern. I'm gonna think this through, take a break, and reconvene at some point in time in the near future. But motor is totally disconnected, totally down. Everything's out. I just gotta get the car a little bit higher, get it down onto the dolly that I have underneath it, and get the jack out from underneath there. So, yeah, didn't think this through all the way. So, next thing you're gonna see is me figuring this out, and it's probably put a little Three Stooges music over it, because this is thought it was a good idea, and probably was a good idea, just poorly executed. But you live and you learn. When I put it back together, definitely not doing that. I'll put the motor in, get this motor mount and the transmission mount in there, and then I'll raise the subframe. So I tried to do it easy and try to do it. I'm here by myself, so probably should have called a friend, had him come over and help out. But we are where we are. We'll get through this. We'll figure it out.